Hey guys, Pieguyrulz here, and welcome to another set of DVD reviews. Today we have a trilogy of Cartoon Network Christmases. So if you don't know, Cartoon Network would do these things where they would put a bunch of Christmas episodes, and sometimes episodes that have nothing to do with Christmas, onto these DVDs in compilation sets from like a ton of different shows. And these are the exception to my distaste for those compilation DVDs that like Adventure Time and SpongeBob does. I don't mind it here because it's a nice diversity of shows on one disc. Even if I have some of these episodes in other places, it's nice to have a lot of Christmas episodes on these discs that I can just put in and play all and then, celebrate Christmas and not have to keep switching discs from thing to thing. And in a lot of cases here, actually, a lot of this stuff doesn't have any other release, so this is the only place you can see it. But we'll get to that later. Let's start off with the design of the boxes. I like them. They all contain like original art. There are ornaments here. They're rocking out here. Eddie has a very strange looking chin. I guess because he actually has a chin here. And I like how number 5 is playing a vacuum cleaner. 2x4 technology, man. And I like this scene here of Wilt and Billy decorating Lumpus. It's nice stuff. On the back of the second and third ones, they contain a list of the episodes and a little synopsis of what's on the discs. The first one actually contains a list of the shows included and a synopsis of the shows. Inside is where they have the list of what the episodes are. And each of these has a list of the episodes. Like, even these that has it on the back still has it on the inside. I like that. And so, yeah, so it's very clear of what's here. This one has a weird, like, this is cardboard. It's got this weird flap thing, but it closes fine, and it stays closed, so I'm not concerned. In terms of the menus, it's a lot of similar stuff where it's original artwork that's Christmassy and related to cartoons. Like, one of them has Courage curled up in a little ball by the fire. Another one has, like, a closer scene of Lumpus here with the presents. It's very Christmassy. It has the cartoon characters and original art. Simple, but it works. It's much better than just like a generic background or something like that. And even the second one here mixes it up a little bit. It's got like this marquee, like you'd see above a venue that has the letters you have to put on yourself. It does that kind of thing, and it even has like one of the 3s is missing, and instead it's an upside down. Or one of the E's is missing, and instead it's an upside-down 3, like you would do if you ran out of E's, or I guess they got stolen or something. It's cool. And probably the coolest part about the menus is the music. 1 and 3 contain kind of like a smooth jazz mix of different holiday songs. 1 just has the one song that plays through all the menus, which is a little irritating, but you're not going to be going through the menus that much here. And 3 has 3 different songs that are like these nice little background music-y tunes that are like classic Christmas tunes, but just kind of smooth jazzed up. I like it. And the second one obviously has one song that's a rock remix of like a Christmas song. Nice music. For the amount of time you're going to be spending on these menus, it works perfectly fine. Definitely sets the mood very well. There's a play all button on all of these, which is very convenient, as well as every one of these has language settings. The first one doesn't have French as a language, but the other 2 have both French and Spanish as languages, dubbed and subbed. There's subtitles. The first one has subtitles for both French and Spanish, but only dubbed in Spanish and English, missing French. But yeah, there's nice little bonuses on there. In terms of bonus features, actually, there really is none. The only thing we get is trailers. We get a ton of trailers on each of these. They're not before the disc. They're actually in the menu system, which I like when they do that because it makes me feel like I'm choosing to watch the commercial as opposed to the commercial being forced on me, and it's actually kind of a smart advertising tactic. In terms of the trailers, it's like a little funny time capsule, really. There's some Christmas movies that fell into just complete obscurity, like really low-budget direct-to-DVD stuff that's just like, you look at it and you're like, why haven't I heard of that? And then you look at it a little more and you're like, oh, okay, it's not that good, obviously. It's nice. It would have been cool to have bonus features, but I don't really know what they would have done outside of maybe having some of Cartoon Network's like holiday branding bumpers on here. That would have been kind of cool, but otherwise, I don't really see a need for bonus features on this kind of DVD release. So let's talk about what's on each of these. So starting with this one, it's an hour and 39 minutes long, and here are all the episodes separated out. There are the Christmas episodes, there's those 4, there's the ones that are vaguely Christmassy, there's those 4, and then the one that has nothing to do with Christmas as far as I could tell. In terms of the Christmas episodes, it's a nice mix here. The Courage episode, I count it as a Christmas episode. It's the closest Courage ever gets. The Nutcracker is commonly associated with Christmas. It's a Christmas story. Tchaikovsky's music is very associated with Christmas, so I count it as one. As far as like the vaguely Christmassy ones, the first 3 are ice themed. The last one involves gingerbread men, so that's why they're there. There are better episodes I could have put on here, but they're appropriate enough, so cool. And then Me and My Dog from Cow and Chicken, I have no clue what it's doing here. Unless there was something I missed, like a little joke that referenced Christmas, there is nothing related to Christmas about the plot or just anything. I don't think there even was a joke related to Christmas. There may have been one that I missed. But yeah, but I'm not going to complain. It's just one episode. I guess it's like a bonus episode on here. Sure, why not? So the verdict. Well, if you're a fan of Cow and Chicken / I Am Weasel, this is pretty good for you because there's 3 episodes on here, and you can't actually find those episodes anywhere else. Netflix has 1 season of the show, and iTunes doesn't have any, as far as I can tell. And I didn't see it anywhere else either. There might be some on Amazon Instant Video or some other source, but those are the big 2 that I prominently frequent, and I didn't see them on there. So if you're into Cow and Chicken, there's reason for you to get this, I suppose. The Johnny Bravo Christmas as well. I couldn't find it on iTunes, on Netflix, anywhere, because it's a special that falls outside of the seasons. So if they did a season release, like on iTunes or whatever, it's not going to be there. So this is the only place you can see that, and it's a longer Christmas special. I recommend it, but you'll hear more about that come December. So there's that, and in general, it's a nice group of episodes. I quite like the mix here. Aside of Cow and Chicken, that's just not really my thing. I kind of enjoyed the episodes on here, but not super much. Everything else, though, I really liked. So Son of Nurgle was kind of dark to put on a Christmas DVD, but whatever. It's got a lot of snow. There you go. That's all you really need. So on disc number 2, Cartoon Network Christmas Rocks. This one is 1 hour and 32 minutes, and it has the 4 Christmas episodes / special. There's the one that's vaguely Christmas themed, The Snowman Cometh. The other Courage episode that you could kind of consider it a Christmas special, but I think the Nutcracker is more related than just a snow episode with a snowman. And then there's the 3 Rock On episodes that they decided to put, which is kind of smart because I get that they don't have a ton of Christmas episodes to put on here, so they gotta kind of merge it with another theme. Would have been nice to see, I don't know, Christmas Con Carne, Home for the Holidays, stuff that didn't get any sort of official release anywhere. Would have been nice to see those on here, but whatever. I like the mix on here as well. Dexter vs. Santa's Claus isn't particularly a favorite of mine, nor is Happy Baboon Holidays, for again, I'm not crazy about Cow and Chicken. But I like the rock episodes, the music episodes. The Snowman Cometh is great. And then the main feature of this, the main reason why you want to get this is this guy right here. Jingle Jingle Jangle is not found anywhere else. Similar to a Johnny Bravo Christmas, it's out of season, so it's hard to find. Though every other episode and the movie is found on iTunes, the specials just aren't there, as far as I saw. So I really like that special, and I think this is worth it just for that. But otherwise, it is still a nice mix of episodes. Kids Next Door, Operation Piano, doesn't have anything to do with rock, by the way. It's just a music-ish episode. It's not even a musical. It's just about the kids destroying pianos, which aren't a rock instrument. But whatever. It's a nice episode. Not on DVD. It's on iTunes and on Netflix, possibly. But it's nice to see it an episode on DVD. So yeah, I would recommend this one as well. All 3 of these you can buy used on Amazon and other places from between $5 and $15, depending on where you look. And I would say these first 2 are definitely worth that. Especially because even the ones that are on iTunes, if you were to buy up all the episodes on iTunes that were from these sets, you'd probably still spend about as much as you would on the full sets. And the full sets, like I said, both of these include a special and a few cow and chicken episodes and other episodes that you can't find anywhere else. So I recommend them for that. The third one is a little different of a story. It clocks in at an hour and 43 minutes, but it only has 5 episodes on it. And of those, there's only 2 that are Christmas episodes. This is, in my opinion, the weakest of the 3. It does have Billy and Mandy Save Christmas, which, like I said with the other 2 specials, like the feature-length specials, not found anywhere else. So it's got that going for it. And Operation Naughty on Kids Next Door is awesome, though that is on Netflix and on iTunes. But otherwise, Star Wars and In Like Ed, they're birthday episodes. Nothing to do with Christmas. They have presents in them, but it's pretty weak to include them. I mean, I guess Star Wars has shopping, but that's pretty weak. They're not very related. Snow Beans, it's a snow episode, so whatever. So I kind of find that weak, but to be fair, the 2 Christmas episodes are 23 and 36 minutes respectively, so those are, quite long. In Like Ed is actually kind of funny. It's basically a Kids Next Door caked episode, but done with Ed, Ed and Eddie, probably before the Kids Next Door even happened. Which is really funny if you look at it that way. But otherwise, yeah, I mean, it's a decent set. I like the episodes on it, but in terms of Christmas, it doesn't really capture the spirit very well. Good to have Billy and Mandy on there where you can't get it elsewhere, and if Billy and Mandy's your thing, then go for it on here. Get this thing. But otherwise, I would say it's just kind of meh. Kind of enjoyable. I don't regret the purchase, but I'm not going to say this is a must-have. I recommend the first 2 a lot more than I do the third one. And that's it for the ones that I own, but there is actually a 4th Cartoon Network Christmas DVD set. And wouldn't you know it, came out this year. Not too long ago, actually. It's disappointing, though. I don't plan on buying it. It only contains 5 episodes, and much like the third one. And of that, 3 Christmas ones, 2 completely random episodes. And it has Regular Show Christmas, Adventure Times, Holly Jolly Secrets, and the Gumball Christmas episode, as well as a Random Steven Universe, Random Clarence episode. I find this weak, especially because there have been a lot of Christmas episodes since this third one. Camp Lazlo had an official Christmas episode. Foster's had an official Christmas episode. Chowder had an official Christmas episode. It wouldn't hurt to throw them on. I get that you want to appeal to kids that are watching the network right now. These are all shows that are currently airing. I get that, but it wouldn't have hurt to throw those in. And I don't know. I guess because I have Holly Jolly Secrets on Blu-ray with the Season 3 disc, and Regular Show also gets seasonal releases, it just doesn't feel that special. I mean, all those episodes are definitely on iTunes very easily, and found just elsewhere. So I don't find it quite as special. I would have liked it if they had jam-packed it with Christmas episodes, especially because, I mean, today you could probably get like a disc, a DVD that fits like a lot of episodes on it, and not pay too much, I guess. I don't know how DVD manufacturing works. It's kind of disappointing, but hey, I mean, I guess if you're into the recent Christmas specials and you want a convenient place to watch the 3 of them, that's not bad. There's also Cartoon Network's Holiday Pass on iTunes, which has, I believe it has the Regular Show, the Adventure Time Christmas, and Knishmas, and I think Fa La La Ed, which is not a bad mix either, but and it's only a few dollars, so I would probably recommend that above recommending the 4th one, but there you go. Pieguyrulz, out.